up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Firstly, of course, on the Lewandowski saga. Lewandowski himself is very confident that he will join Barcelona this summer and is willing to go on strike to make that deal possible. And Bayern Munich are close to signing Sadio Mane, and Liverpool are close to signing Darwin Nunez. And of course, the striker circle could have a ripple effect on all the other clubs. But nonetheless, Barcelona and Lewandowski themselves are confident that this deal will be happening this summer. Now, alongside a striker, the club are also looking to sign a new right winger this summer, with Raphinha being the priority. Mateo Adnan will submit a bid for him very soon. But if that deal falls through, Angel Di Maria is the backup option, and right now his deal with Juventus has collapsed and only offer he has left is Barcelona. And if that deal falls through, there is a third option. God forbid it happens, but it is currently Adnan Januzaj as a free agent. Now, alongside the attack, the club want to also reinforce the defense as well, and there is a new top priority in the center back position, and it is Kalidou Koulibaly. Koundé is too expensive, and now the club will focus on Koulibaly and will send him an offer to submit to Napoli in the coming days. Koulibaly wants to move, but Napoli still hope he will renew his contract at the club. And finally, a big, and I mean big, update on the captains taking a wage cut this summer. And we do have a quote from the captain of the club, Barcelona, in Busquets, about that topic, and also quick updates on the economic levers this summer as well. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 300 likes in this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And also make sure, if you're new, to subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. Now, the first player that we have been linked with is, of course, the #1 target and priority signing for Barcelona this summer, Robert Lewandowski. Now, firstly, coming in from Marca, they've come out saying that Barcelona are presently surprised by Lewandowski's desire and determination to join the club this summer. He is a great source of joy. Sport 1 came out saying that Robert Lewandowski is now confident of signing for Barcelona as soon as possible. He is not considering returning to Bayern Munich. Esport 3 came out saying that Lewandowski is confident that an agreement can be reached for his transfer to Barcelona, and it could be around 40 million euros. Now, this is the same stuff, recycled news, of course. The thing with me is that Barcelona can bid for him. We can sign him right now. The only problem at the moment is that we cannot register him. So why not go for him right now? Seal this deal. He's, of course, come on the media 1,000 times saying straight up, word for word, I want to leave Bayern Munich and join Barcelona. I mean, how much more confirmation do you need? Verbal agreement, of course, hasn't reached for his 3-year contract. Could be a 2-year plus 1 or just a 3-year in general. But at the moment, the person blocking this move is, of course, Bayern Munich, because they want to seal their move for their replacement, which, of course, will be Sadio Mane. Now, reports coming in from Liverpool are saying that Liverpool have rejected a new offer from Bayern Munich for Sadio Mane, which can only have reached 30 million euros if they won the Champions League multiple times, and if Sadio Mane himself won the Ballon d'Or. The Reds want around 42.5 million pounds for his transfer. So Bayern Munich being a little bit of hypocrites here. They're going to say, oh, we don't want to sell Lewandowski, we want at least 50 million euros. And then Liverpool say the same thing to them about Sadio Mane, and they go and absolutely lowball them with 25 million euro offer plus, 5 invariables for winning the Champions League and Ballon d'Ors. And by the way, there is a striker circle happening right now at the moment. Darwin Nunez to Liverpool, Sadio Mane to Bayern Munich, and then Lewandowski to Barcelona are all connected. Of course, Bayern Munich want to use Lewandowski money to sign Mane, and then Liverpool want to use the Mane money to get Darwin Nunez. It is a whole entire circle, and everything is connected. So we'll wait and see. Again, Barcelona very confident about Lewandowski. He's confident as well. Our bid is still on the table, 32 million euros plus 5 million euros in variables. So we'll have to wait and see. But in the end, I am confident, so is Lewandowski and Barcelona, that this transfer will happen. But there is, of course, a backup for Lewandowski just in case we don't get him. And at the moment, according to reports, it is Gerard Moreno from Villarreal. Sport have come out saying that Moreno is the alternative if Barcelona is unable to sign Lewandowski. Nothing hasn't said about him quite yet, except the name has been mentioned internally. Now, Moreno, of course, former Espanyol player, but again, most importantly for me, he spat on the Barcelona badge multiple times. I don't mean literally, I mean verbally. He talked bad about us when we played against him. He, talked about PK's wife. He, played absolutely, dirty against us. and now he's about to join Barcelona. I'm not a big fan of that. And of course, Villarreal, he's their top striker. They're going to ask for a lot of money. I don't think this is true. I think there are other options out there, like for example, Alvaro Morata, who by the way is close to joining Juventus on a permanent transfer, but it's still at the moment in negotiations. I think that transfer is cheaper, more viable, more realistic. I think Moreno is a bit overpriced, and of course, his roots in his past do not favor Barcelona. But again, we are rushing to conclusions. There's no need to worry about Moreno because right now, Lewandowski is very close to joining Barcelona, and hopefully he will do so by the end of this month. Now, alongside a striker, another priority for Barcelona this summer in the attack is to sign a new winger, more specifically on the right-hand side, with currently the priority being Raphinha. But Gabriel Sanz from Deportivo has come out saying that Raphinha wants to play for Barcelona, but he sees the transfer as difficult and is looking into alternative options and offering himself to other clubs. Barcelona yet to make a formal offer for Leeds United for his transfer, and we're planning to do so in the coming week. Look, I think this operation is beyond the scope of Barcelona at the moment. He is just ridiculously overpriced. Of course, he wants to make the move. Mateo Alemán will make the offer to Leeds at some point this week, hopefully by the end of this week or maybe the beginning of next week. They will probably reject it, but you know what? Better safe than sorry. Make the offer and see what happens. But again, Raphinha's transfer is looking very unlikely. But again, like with Lewandowski and Moreno, there is a backup option for Raphinha, and that is Angel Di Maria, and the pace is picking up for his signing. Mateo Morito came out saying that Juventus had Angel Di Maria in their grasp for a month, but they never closed the deal due to contractual issues, and now the negotiations are one step away from breaking down. The calls from Barcelona have been key. Again, Gol Italia, very, very close to Juventus, has come out saying there's increasingly negative feelings at Juventus regarding Di Maria's arrival. They want a quick response from the Argentine and do not intend to wait so long for his decision. De Marzio has come out saying that Angel Di Maria to Juventus has cooled down a bit. Juventus is not convinced by the formula and the motivations that the player has, signing only for one season. And of course, there is major interest from Barcelona. And finally, Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Angel Di Maria has no agreement with Juventus yet. He wants a one-year contract, and Xavi has called him to discuss the personal terms of a potential move to Barcelona. The player will make a decision soon. So of course, Xavi calls all the targets. That's not surprising to me. What's surprising for me is that the Juventus interest has cooled down now because he's close to Barcelona. I think Barcelona are one step away from signing Angel Di Maria, but they are going to wait and try for Raphinha one more time. Once that fails, they'll be like, yep, Raphinha, adios, Di Maria, get those papers, bada bing, bada boom, one-year contract. Apparently, Di Maria will only earn around 2 to 4 million, euros per year, which is around about 80,000 euros per week, which is ridiculous for his quality and of course for his last contract in Europe as well. But of course, with Barcelona, there is backup options for the backup options as well. Now, Cat Radio have come out saying that Raphinha continues to be Barcelona's priority in the right wing position, but he is expensive. Angel Di Maria is the alternative option, and Adnan Januzaj is third in line. Now, I would take Di Maria at 40 years old. He's 34, by the way. I would take him at 40, then sign Adnan Januzaj. I think Januzaj is one of the most overrated players of all time. I don't think he's that good. Of course, he's a free agent, and of course, according to Jorge Romero, Adnan Januzaj has been offered to Barcelona. I mean, why wouldn't he? We're taking free agents left, right, and center. I think we will sign him if we don't get Raphinha and Angel Di Maria. My sources have told me that he is third in line. That is correct, and they will activate that option if they don't get Raphinha or Di Maria. I am scared. I would rather keep Trincao, I'd keep Abde, I'd keep Collado over Januzaj. For me, the Januzaj operation makes no sense whatsoever, but we'll wait and see. Now, with Raphinha being complicated, we could sign a free agent next summer in the right winger position, and that free agent is of course Mohamed Salah. Now, the Daily Mirror in the UK have come out saying that Mo Salah told close friends that he's willing to sign a new contract at Liverpool, but performed a U-turn after Barcelona promised that they will make a move for him next summer as a free agent. So keep that in mind. Keep in mind, Di Maria, if we do sign him, will come for only one season, and then we replace him with another free agent in Mo Salah, 2-year contract, 3-year contract, and then maybe you can get Raphinha in the future in 2024 when he's a free agent, if of course he does not sign a contract renewal with Leeds or maybe move somewhere else. So a lot of movements in the right winger position, but what's clear right now, Raphinha number 1, Angel Di Maria number 2, the more likely option in my opinion at the moment, Januzaj number 3, and then Mo Salah in 2023. Now, along with the attack, another priority for Barcelona this summer will be to reinforce the defense, more specifically in the center back position, with Kalidou Koulibaly being the number 1 target and priority. Reports coming in from Italy have said that Koulibaly's agent will have a meeting with Napoli in the coming days where he could inform the Italian club of the details of Barcelona's first formal offer to sign the player. Because Jules Koundé is practically impossible, Barcelona have decided to go for Koulibaly. His agent will present Napoli with an offer from Barcelona in the coming days. They would accept something in the region of 35 to 40 million euros. Now, we've heard this before, of course, a lot of times, recycled news. The question now is, will Barcelona put in that bid, and is Koulibaly leaving the club? Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Napoli have proposed a new deal to Koulibaly as his contract ends in 2023. They are waiting for the defender to make a final decision regarding his future. So this confirms to me it is crunch time for Koulibaly, but he has not said no to Napoli quite yet, contrary to reports other ones coming in from Italy. And now we have quotes from Koulibaly himself. Currently, he's on Senegalese duty, and he was asked about his future. He said, "My future, for the moment, I am in Senegal, then we'll see. Barcelona, I won't lie to you, for now, I don't know. I am focused on the national team. I haven't talked to anyone yet, but I'd like to decide very soon." And for me, that is important. Very similar to Lewandowski. Koulibaly wants his future resolved as soon as possible, by the end of the month, I would say, in my opinion. Now, these are all Italian sources. I'm thinking, where are the Barcelona sources, for crying out loud? And then they arrived. Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Koulibaly is now Barcelona's priority objective for defense. Xavi likes him a lot. Signing Jules Koundé is very complicated for Barcelona due to the financial situation, of course. He's moving closer to joining Chelsea. Again, the door is opening up for Koulibaly, and now we got more reports as well, more from Mundo Deportivo. They came out saying, with the signing of Koundé looking almost impossible, Barcelona have decided to go for Kalidou Koulibaly. Make my dreams come true, please. This is the only center back in the world who I believe can join Barcelona, and that's realistic and feasible, that can bench Piqué. Of course, Piqué, he's an undisputed starter now for the past 10 seasons. He's played every single match, every single big match when he's fit and stuff. This will be the player that can bench him. I know a lot of guys don't like Piqué. You think he's old, he should move on, yada, yada, yada. This is your man to bench him. We'll wait and see. Again, in the next couple of days, he will communicate to Napoli if he wants to leave or not. And there are reports coming out saying that if Napoli does end up selling Koulibaly, they don't want to sell him to an Italian club. So no Inter Milan, no AC Milan, no Juventus. They want to sell to Chelsea, PSG, Bayern Munich, or Barcelona. So that's another positive as well. So wait and see on Koulibaly. But again, he is the top priority for Barcelona in the center back position. Now, along with a center back, another defensive reinforcement that Barcelona want to make this summer is to sign a new right back, with currently, of course, a priority being Cesar Azpilicueta. But there has been a new name that has emerged, and that is Dodo, the Brazilian right back for Shakhtar Donetsk. Sports came out saying that Barcelona have the name of Shakhtar Donetsk 23-year-old right back Dodo on their table. Many other clubs are also interested. The player wants to leave Ukraine and join a better club, and Barcelona highly value his potential. Apparently, he'll be available for around 10 to 20 million euros. I mean, I'd rather sign him than Azpilicueta, I'll be completely honest with you, but I know for a fact that Xavi wants Azpilicueta all day long, every single day of the week. He does have a contract though due until 2025. He's not going to be, a free agent anytime soon. And of course, Shakhtar Donetsk do have the upper hand because he has a long-term contract at the club, still has 3 more years. So wait and see, this could be just general interest in general, but I know for a fact that Xavi wants Azpilicueta. If that operation fails, then you can look at Dodo, you can look at Dest. But at the moment, Azpilicueta is the priority, but keep your eyes on this potential move for the Brazilian right back in Dodo. Now, just to round up the news part of this video, of course, super agent Jorge Mendes does have a lot of clients at Barcelona, and last night he did meet with the Barcelona board, the entire board, discussing many players: Ruben Neves, Di Maria, Bernardo Silva, Nico, Trincao, Adama Traore. He was in Barcelona yesterday. Again, the entire board was there: Mateo Aleman, Rafael Uste, Joan Laporta, Jordi Cruyff. And from this meeting, 2 big things happened. Number 1, Jorge Mendes presented an offer from Porto for Clement Lenglet, which Barcelona could have considered. And of course, the question is, will Lenglet accept that offer? And also, Jorge Mendes asked Barcelona to sell Nico, and the club said No. Those are the two big things that happened in that meeting. Of course, other players were discussed. Carlos Soler's name popped up as well. But again, from that meeting, two big things. Offer from Porto for Clement Lenglet, and also Barcelona do not want to sell Nico this summer. Again, Jorge Mendes came out after the meeting saying it was very positive and there will be more meetings in the future for sure. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. There is quite a few, so again, I will do it in a quick fire fashion. Firstly is Sergino. Dest. Sport have come out saying that everything indicates that Sergino Dest will leave Barcelona if Azpilicueta is signed. And again, for me, I don't understand this. Of course, I give you guys my opinion in yesterday's video on that more in-depth emotional reaction. Go check that out. All I will say is this: it makes no sense for me, and I don't understand why Xavi wants Azpilicueta so badly. There is no right back on the market that's available that can replace Dest properly. You could say Dodo, but of course Dodo is a big risk. I'm not a big fan of this, but we'll wait and see what happens. Again, Xavi does want Azpilicueta, and according to reports, if Azpilicueta joins, Dest will leave the club this summer for sure, whether it's a permanent transfer or being involved in a swap deal into the midfield. Now, firstly, of course, the main player that's been rumored to leave Barcelona for the whole entire summer, Frenkie de Jong. Now, Gerardo Romero came out with this thing, and I think, you know what, this is just him trying to save his reputation. He came out saying that Frenkie de Jong is the only player at Barcelona whose locker is completely empty. What does that mean? I mean, when I go to school, when I was in high school, I left my locker full when I went for the summer. And there is a report coming in from Luis Rojo as well that there was a bid made, 60 million euros plus 20 million euros in variables. Look, if we're going to sell Frenkie de Jong this summer, minimum I want 80 million in my pocket. Shove your 60 million bid with 20 million in variables up your arse. I guarantee you those 20 million euros in variables, like, oh, if United win the Premier League, win the Champions League, Frenkie de Jong wins the Ballon d'Or, get that garbage out of my face. 80 million, bare minimum. We are hearing at the moment that, Frenkie de Jong to Manchester United is getting hot. That's what Gerardo Romero said, but Frenkie de Jong is still not convinced. There's two things left. Firstly, Barcelona want 80 million euros or 85 at the bare minimum. And secondly, you got to convince Frenkie de Jong, and neither of those things have happened quite yet. So again, with Frenkie, you'll wait and see. But it is his transfer that's, bringing up a lot of rumors recently that he could be leaving the club very soon. Manchester United, Man City, Bayern Munich, PSG, all attentive to situation. But again, until the bid comes in, it's still the same story every single week. But hopefully a bid comes in for this man, Martin Braithwaite. Now, Luis Rojo from Marca came out saying that Martin Braithwaite is only willing to leave Barcelona if they sell him for free. However, the club want a transfer fee, especially considering that there was a 10 million euro offer for him in January. Now, two things. Firstly, why are you not accepting that 10 million euro bid in January? I mean, what the hell? He was injured. 10 million euros, he didn't sell him? Second thing, I'll let Braithwaite go for free. I'll slap him in the face, get the hell out of my face, go. He wants to leave for free, of course, because he wants that sign-on bonus for a free agent, get more money on wages, which I understand. I would let him go for free. I don't want to waste any of my time on this man. Even if you do sell him, you'll get 5-10 million euros if you're lucky. Not worth the hustle, not worth the hassle in my opinion. But we'll wait and see again. I don't think this is true. I think Braithwaite wants to stay at the club this summer and will do so in every single power that he can. But of course, Joan Laporta and the board will force him out as long as they can in their power as well. It will be a big battle between these two this summer, but hopefully Barcelona do win that battle. Now, staying in the forward position, Trincao has been heavily linked to Sporting Lisbon again. The reports coming in from Portugal are saying that in addition to a purchase clause set at 20 million euros, Barcelona are also looking for a 30% of future sale for Trincao. Sporting currently are offering a loan deal with a 15 million euro buy option. Now, the club want to sell Trincao permanently, but would accept a loan if the loan for buy option is 20 million euros and there is a 30% future sale, option as well. And for me, I agree with that. I don't mind that whatsoever. I do think Trincao is very, 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 very close to Sporting Lisbon. The question now is, will Barcelona approve it under the Sporting Lisbon's terms or under Barcelona's terms? Let's hope it's going to be for that 20 million buy option and a 30% of future sale. I can almost guarantee to you guys there will be percent of future sale in this operation if, of course, Sporting end up buying him after the loan ends. But again, Trincao, very, 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 very close to leaving out on loan again, this time in Portugal to Sporting Lisbon. Now, there have been some Barcelona B players who have been rumored to leave the club as well over the past 24 hours. Firstly is Abde. Can the have come out saying that Abde has some proposals on the table from first division teams in La Liga. I think Abde, he has a good chance of staying at the club. It depends what happens with Di Maria, Raphinha, Adnan Januzaj. Of course, we do have the Collado factor as well. Trincao ends up staying as well. But I think Abde has a good chance. I think he should do preseason at the bare minimum at the club. If he wants to leave earlier, let him go. Of course, I would accept, maybe 10, 50 million euros for him. I think that'd be a good price. But again, I think Xavi has a future for him at the club. The question now is, will Abde stick it out and do preseason with Barcelona or leave earlier? We'll wait and see. Next Barcelona B player, well, he's not anymore, but he was recently, is Nico. Again, Candacer came out saying that Barcelona are working on Nico Gonzalez's departure, but of course, in that meeting with Jorge Mendes, his agent confirmed that Barcelona do not want to sell him. So again, Candacer was incorrect on this report. Barcelona currently do not want to sell Nico. Again, he could be used in a swap deal for Ruben Neves, but as a straight sale at the moment, the club are not considering it. But over the past 24 hours, we have officially sold our first player of the summer, and it is a Barcelona B player, and it is Ferran Jutgla. The club released an official statement saying that Barcelona and Club Brugge have reached an agreement for the transfer of Ferran Jutgla for 5 million euros, and Barcelona keeps 10% of a future sale as well. So there we go. Jutgla is out, and the first cash coming in from Barcelona in transfers. I know a lot of you guys were disagreeing with this. I see a lot of people saying that, oh, Jutgla should be in the first team. He's the better Ferran out of him and Torres. Like, he is a 23-year-old playing for Barcelona B. I think he's probably the oldest player I've seen play for Barcelona B alongside Rayo Mane. I think Rayo Mane is 24 years old. Look, he came in, did a job for a couple games, scored a goal for the first team I'm talking about. But in the end, I don't think he's that quality for Barcelona, but you never know. We have a 10% future sales of Club Brugge sell him in the summer, or maybe, in the next few years. We do get 10% of that transfer, but nonetheless, Ferran Jutgla is no longer a Barcelona player, and he has officially signed with Club Brugge yesterday. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. Firstly, on the contract renewal of Pablo, Gavi, and Gerardo Romero came out saying that Barcelona will place Gavi in the same salary scale of Pedri and Ansu Fati with his new contract. The renewal is about to close in the coming days. Again, with Gavi, no worries about his renewal. The only worry was his salary, and now apparently he'll earn the same amount as Pedri and Ansu Fati, which is around about 90 to 100,000 euros per week. Again, the 17-year-old having salary complications at Barcelona does worry me for the future, but for the present, no worries whatsoever. Gavi will renew his contract hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so. The next and final contract renewal update is on the contract renewal of Dani Alves, and Sporto came out saying that Dani Alves is on the verge of signing a new contract with Barcelona. The issue now is, will it be a 6-month contract extension or a 1-year contract extension? So it looks like Dani Alves is set to renew his contract at the club. The question now is the duration of the contract. Will it be up until the World Cup or for the whole entire season? I think what the club will do is up until the World Cup for 6 months with an option to finish off the rest of the season with Barcelona. Again, that option will be there just in case we sign Azpilicueta, because if we sign Azpilicueta, we have Dest and Dani Alves. He will no longer be needed after the World Cup. He will go back to Europe, go back to South America, retire, whatever it may be, and then we'll have Azpilicueta and Dest at right back. But of course, Dest could be sold, then you have to keep Dani Alves for the whole entire season. We'll wait and see, but in the end, Dani Alves is very, very close to renewing his contract at Barcelona. Let's now discuss some of the news surrounding Barcelona over the past 24 hours. Firstly, many reports are coming out saying that Sergi will be continuing as the Barcelona B manager. Sport have come out saying that Sergi will not only continue as a Barcelona B manager next season, but he'll also have a lot more influence in important decisions like transfers, loans, and more decision-making power, unlike last season. So apparently Barcelona, he did a good recovery near the end of the season. Of course, they were in the relegation zone for a lot of time. He brought them back up to mid to top table, and now Barcelona will be continuing. It's very, very clear that Joan Laporta does not really care about Barcelona B in terms of their performances. What he cares about is that players develop, which of course we've seen a lot this season. Jutgla, Abde, Gavi, Nico. So that's what he cares about. He doesn't really care about them getting promoted, all that sort of stuff. And then, like us Barcelona fans, I know a lot of you guys think Barcelona should be sacked. I think he should be sacked as well. But in the end, Laporta will be keeping Barcelona as a Barcelona B manager and also giving him more power as well. Now, one of the hot topics over the past 24 hours, of course, has been the captains taking another wage cut at the club. More specifically, Busquets, Jordi Alba, and Gerard Piqué, because Roberto, of course, has already taken that wage cut with his contract renewal. Now, ARA have come out saying the leaders of the dressing room do not understand how the club is asking them for a reduction in their salary, and at the same time goes and sign a player with high salary like Lewandowski. One of the leaders told the agent in the newspaper it will be difficult to reach an agreement with the club for a reduction. So the captains are saying, look, we reduce our wages, okay, but why is Lewandowski coming in and earning more money than us? That does not make sense in our opinion. Look, y'all are washed up, y'all are coming to the end of your careers. Wrap it up. Now, when I saw this, I'm thinking, oh my god, here we go again, same as last summer. But also last summer, Busquets and Jordi Alba came out in the media saying, look, we had no problems taking a wage cut. When they asked us, we said yes. And Busquets, of course, like I said in yesterday's video, did a press conference with the Spanish national team, and he was asked if he would take a wage cut this summer, and he replied by saying, I am always willing to help the club. The club has not proposed anything to us yet, of course referring to Piqué and Jordi Alba, but it's not the club's best decision to do it through the media / the press. It is always better to talk to us face to face. It is not a problem for me. I'm always ready to help the club. So this right here, exclusive ARA, absolute crap. This happened last summer as well, and from now on, I'm not taking anything from these captains unless a really good report comes out. Every single time this happens, I know for a fact that these three players, Piqué, Busquets, and Jordi Alba, love the club. Roberto took a 60% wage reduction. According to reports, he had a better offer, almost triple the offer from an Italian club, but he said no to stay at Barcelona. These players love the club, and of course, I do believe in the end, all three, when asked, will take a wage reduction. Keep in mind, at the current moment, none of them have been asked about this, and Busquets has confirmed this from his mouth. He will help the club, he wants to do so, and make Barcelona great again. So we'll wait and see how this turns out, but again, the club have not asked the captains to take a wage cut yet, but will do so in the imminent future. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is give you guys some updates around the economic levers at Barcelona, of course, like Goldman Sachs, Polkadot, Bank of America, BLM, Barca Studio, whatever it may be. Now, firstly, coming in from Rack 1, they've come out saying that Barcelona and La Liga had advanced the agreement for CBC last week, but Javier Tebas demanded a statement from Barcelona removing themselves or distancing themselves from the Super League. He was also promised to adjust the salary margin to the needs of the club if an agreement was closed. So Javier Tebas blackmailed Barcelona, saying, look, if you sign the CBC and say, publicly that you will leave the Super League, I'll make, your salary margin problem disappear. And Laporta, staying firm, shows some balls, said, you know what, screw you and screw your CBC, shove the deal right up there where the sun does not shine, and I will go and find another deal. Credit to him, man. Screw Javier Tebas, screw La Liga, screw the whole entire lot of them. They're gonna, by the way, La Liga is gonna sink soon. Why are we the only top 5 league that have a salary cap? I mean, my freaking god. But anyways, Javier Tebas tried to blackmail Barcelona, and Joan Laporta was not taking any of that. Now, Sport have come out saying the club is working on a fourth lever that will help the club significantly reduce the negative equity, which are around about 500 million euros. The club has requested an equity update that will allow the negative owned funds to be significantly reduced. An approved entity has been asked to update the assets of the club that it has currently. Currently, all assets are valued at around 150 million euros. With the update, the value of the club asset is expected to be rising to an amount of around 400 million euros. This would cause the club's negative owned funds to be reduced by practically half, and should also serve as an achievement for more financial fair play in La Liga, since Barcelona's economic situation will improve. So again, the club are working on a fourth lever, which, by the way, keep in mind the assembly is a week today, where the club have to get everything approved by the members, i.e. the Socis. And last night, Joan Laporta held a meeting where all, I think the old Socis, I think you have to be 70 plus to attend or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But there was a meeting at the Barcelona headquarters where some of the Socis were there, and Joan Laporta spoke to them and tried to convince them to approve those economic levers in the next assembly, of course, a week today. I'm going to go through this interview. Let's see what he had to say. First, he came out saying that when we arrived, we could not pay the salaries for the month of May. The economic entitles had not received their installments for 3 months. We were almost dead. Now, when I read that the first time, my heart dropped. We were almost dead. When we arrived, we managed to revive the club, and we restructured the club and its debts as well. Faced with this, either the club went bankrupt or the shareholders injected money, which is not possible for a club like ours. But be sure the club will never belong to a third party. The club will always belong to the Sochi. So he was saying, look, In order to survive, we were on the verge of selling the club, taking away that membership from the Socis, being owned by a state club like Manchester United, Man City, Chelsea, to get that cash injection, but he decided not to, and he ended up working around it, as we all appreciated. We are not responsible for the past management. We have these economic deals that are options to improve the club's economic situation, to remain owners of the club. I can announce that on Thursday, if you vote in favor, we will launch these economic deals. This means that we will have a positive net worth, we will have a normal debt ratio, and we're able to recruit to be competitive in the world of football. This will allow us to become competitive again against the state-owned clubs or a wealthy club with rich owners. It is fundamental to remain competitive in the world of football. 1 year after our return, I will tell you, Barcelona is strong. The club has enormous strength to attract capital, investors maintaining our ownership model. If the social allow us to activate these two economic deals, we will be fine. This is coming straight from the mouth of the president. We will explain the two economic deals once they have been approved. We have to finish the year off in positive margin, and these deals will not be signed just for the sake of it. There will be options for us to buy these ones back as well. They will be done with organizations that we know very well to us. He's then asked about Espai Barca, will anything improve upon that, will anything affected by the war in Ukraine and Russia, and will it be starting this June as well in terms of construction. And Laporta said that work will begin this summer at the Camp Nou. It is a product that will change everything. We had to change some details with Espai Barca because of the war in Ukraine. The war has increased the price of raw materials. Next season, 100% of the fans will be able to enter the club, and of course in the Camp Nou as well. In the 2023-24 season, we'll move to the Olympic Stadium in Barcelona, and then 24-25 back to the Camp Nou, but only at a 50% capacity. And we already have the financing for the start of the Espai Barca project and the works in and around the stadium for next season. We will pay back the Espai Barca project with our additional income that the project will bring. So of course the loan will cover the Espai Barca project once it's fully built and stuff. All the money that we earn from it will pay off the debt. Of course, it will be like a concert theme. You can do that as well. You can flip the ground, have football stadiums, whatever it may be. He's saying the loan will not be a problem because we can easily pay it back within a certain amount of years. So again, that's the update on Espai Barca. And also on those economic levers, we have two deals ready to go. And once the associates vote yes on Thursday, they will release the details of the operation. Now, Edu Romero, who of course is the economic vice president of the club, he also spoke, but here's the one important quote that he said. He said the economic deals will allow us to be competitive again. So we'll wait and see. We don't know who it's going to be with. It could be with Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, could be BLM, Barca Studio, could be the Polka Dot sleeve sponsor. We have no idea. But again, currently the club do have two economic levers lined up and ready to go, and also have an offer for BLM. I think Eduardo Romeo came out saying that we do have an offer for BLM for 200 million euros, but we think it is worth more and want a bigger offer, so keep your eyes on that as well. So overall, everything's going well with the economic levers, but again, next Thursday is the big day. The Socis had to vote yes, and once they vote yes, the club will announce the details of the operation. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to firstly is about the Lewandowski saga, and do you believe he will join the club before July the 4th when we start the preseason training camp in the USA? Secondly, on that new winger, who do you think it will be? Raphinha, Di Maria, or God forbid, Adnan Januzaj? Thirdly, on Koulibaly, how do you feel about that? Are you optimistic or more so just hopeful like I am? And finally, on the captain's wage reduction, do you think in the end Piqué, Busquets, and Jordi Alba will reduce their salaries or not? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.